Guys, I'm sitting in my car outside a Denny's at 2 in the morning because I can't go home yet. My hands are still shaking from what just happened. I need to get this out before I lose my mind. My fiancée Emma and I work at the same tech startup in Austin. She's a junior marketing manager, I'm a marketing coordinator. We've been together 3 years and engaged for 6 months. We split everything 50-50, rent, groceries, wedding planning, the whole thing. I thought we were building this perfect life together. About 2 months ago, Emma started working late. Like really late. Coming home at 9, 10 p.m., sometimes later. She'd be exhausted, stressed about this big client presentation she was working on. But here's the thing, she'd also been talking about how desperate she was for a promotion. Jake, the competition here is insane. Sarah got promoted over me last quarter even though I had better numbers. I need to prove I can handle bigger clients if I want that senior manager position. I was supportive, brought her dinner at the office, told her how proud I was of her dedication. She kept saying the promotion pressure was killing her, but she had to do whatever it took to get ahead. She kept mentioning how Madison was helping her with the presentation. Madison's this senior marketing director, super experienced, and Emma was always like, Madison's been such a mentor, staying late to help me prep for this huge opportunity. I thought it was cool. Emma's ambitious, and having a female mentor in leadership seemed perfect for her career growth. But then last week, my college buddy Ryan calls me. He's like, dude, weird question, but wasn't your fiancée the blonde girl you brought to my birthday last year? Yeah, Emma, why? I just saw her at the Four Seasons bar downtown with some guy in a suit. They looked pretty cozy for a work meeting. My stomach dropped. Are you sure it was her? Positive. They were holding hands under the table. I'm trying to process this. The Four Seasons is not where our company takes clients. It's expensive as hell and way too fancy for our usual spots. And Emma told me she was working late at the office that night. So when she gets home, I casually ask, how was the client dinner tonight, babe? Oh, exhausting. You know how these presentation prep sessions go. Madison and I were going over slides until like 10:30. Madison, not a client dinner. Madison. I'm confused as fuck, but I don't want to accuse her of anything based on one sighting. Maybe Ryan was wrong. But then yesterday, everything clicked in the most horrible way possible. I'm at this networking event for local marketing professionals, and I meet this woman, Madison. We're chatting about the industry, and she mentions her husband David works at Emma's company as a senior marketing director. My brain stops working. Wait, your husband is David, from Richardson Marketing Solutions. Yeah, do you know him? My fiancée Emma works with him. She's been working late a lot with Madison on this big presentation. She looks confused. Madison, I'm Madison, and David's been working late too, but he told me he was working alone on some big client pitch. Morrison Holdings or something. Guys, I felt like I was going to throw up right there. Morrison Holdings. I ask, yeah, that's the client name David mentioned. Why? I'm trying to keep my voice steady. Just curious about the project Emma's been working on. I shake hands with Madison and excuse myself, but my mind is racing. Emma told me she was working late with Madison on a presentation. David told his wife Madison that he was working late alone on Morrison Holdings, and Ryan saw Emma at the Four Seasons with a guy in a suit. David works late. David is Emma's supervisor. When I get home, Emma's getting ready for another late-night presentation prep. With Madison again, I ask. Yeah, we're really in crunch time for this Morrison Holdings pitch. Madison's been incredible, staying so late to help me perfect everything. Madison, the woman I just met. The woman whose husband thinks he's working alone. That's great that Madison is so supportive, I say. What's she like? Oh, super professional, really detail-oriented. She's taught me so much about client presentations. She's describing David, not Madison. Madison is a pediatric nurse who's never worked in marketing. I wait until Emma leaves, then I do something I never thought I'd do. I log into our shared Google Calendar and check Emma's work schedule. Tonight's entry, Morrison Holdings Presentation Prep Conference Room B, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. I call the office main line. Hi, is Conference Room B available tonight? I need to book it for a client call. Let me check. Yes, Conference Room B is free all evening. Conference Room B is free. Emma's not there. I'm about to drive to the office to see where she actually is when my phone buzzes. Text from Emma, presentation running later than expected. Will be home around 11. Love you. sent from the Four Seasons downtown. I can see the location tag. My fiancé is at the Four Seasons with her married boss while lying to me about working with his wife on a fake client presentation. I screenshot everything. The calendar entry, the text with location, my conversation with Madison. When Emma gets home at 11:30, I'm sitting on the couch with my laptop. "How did the presentation prep go?" I ask. "Really well. Madison thinks we're ready for the Morrison Holdings pitch next week." "That's awesome. I actually met Madison today at a networking event." Emma freezes, actually freezes mid-step. "You met Madison?" "Yeah, Madison, David's wife. She's lovely. Pediatric nurse, right?" The color drains from Emma's face. "Jake, I can explain." "Explain what?" "That you've been lying to me for 2 months. That Madison's husband thinks he's working alone while you tell me you're working with Madison. That Morrison Holdings doesn't exist as a client." "You're being paranoid, Jake. Madison is just helping me with the promotion presentation." There it is. She's doubling down on the lie even after being caught. "Then explain why her husband thinks she's working late at the office alone." She stares at me for 10 seconds that feel like 10 hours. "Madison, David, we've been working on a special project together. At the Four Seasons Hotel bar, game over." She starts crying, but I'm done. By midnight, I'd called Madison and told her everything. By 12:30, we were both at Denny's comparing notes and evidence. By 1 a.m., we had a plan. Emma's promotion ceremony is tomorrow. The one where she's supposed to present her amazing work on the Morrison Holdings project. Madison and I are going to make sure everyone knows exactly what kind of work she's really been doing. This is going to be nuclear. Okay, so the other updates are coming. I can't sleep. It's been 2 days since I posted, right? First off, thank you to everyone who said I'm not paranoid. Your comments gave me the strength to keep investigating instead of just confronting Emma and David directly. So Madison and I met again yesterday to go through everything. She brought printouts of David's credit card statements that she'd found while gathering tax documents for their accountant. "Guys, this isn't just about cheating anymore. Remember that Morrison Holdings client I mentioned, the one that doesn't exist? Well, Emma and David have been creating actual invoices for this fake company. Real invoices, with Emma's signature, submitted to our company's accounting department. Madison found hotel receipts from the Four Seasons, the Driscoll, the Fairmont, all charged to the company card as Morrison Holdings client entertainment expenses. We're talking $3,000 in hotel bar tabs and room service over the past 2 months. $3,000 of company money spent on their affair. But here's where it gets really insane. I have access to our shared work calendar system, so I started going through Emma and David's meeting schedules for the past 2 months. Every single Morrison Holdings presentation prep meeting has been scheduled during times when David told Madison he was working late alone. The coordination is incredible. Emma would book conference room B for client prep, while David would book conference room A for strategic planning. Both rooms would stay empty while they went to whatever hotel they'd reserved for the night. I started taking screenshots of everything. Fake calendar entries, hotel receipts, the non-existent client invoices. My college buddy Ryan, the one who first spotted them, has been helping me stake out the hotel bars where they meet. We've got photos of them together on 3 separate occasions. But the smoking gun came when I found Emma's laptop open yesterday morning. She'd left her email up, and there was a thread between her and David about Morrison Holdings logistics. It wasn't about client presentations. It was them coordinating their hookup schedule. Morrison Prep 6 p.m. Thursday meant Four Seasons at 6 p.m. Thursday. Morrison Follow-Up Friday afternoon meant afternoon hotel meetup Friday. They'd created an entire fake client code to schedule their affair. And our company's accounting department has been paying for all of it. I called Madison right away. "We need to meet. This is bigger than cheating." She comes over, and when I show her the invoices, she starts crying. Not sad crying, angry crying. "Jake, I'm pregnant." I felt like someone punched me in the stomach. "What?" "I found out last week. I was planning to surprise David this weekend. I bought this whole cute announcement setup with baby shoes and everything. Her husband is stealing company money to fund an affair while she's pregnant with their first child. Madison, we have to report this to HR. This is embezzlement." "I know, but I want David to hang himself first." Smart woman. "So here's our plan. Tomorrow is Emma's big promotion ceremony where she's supposed to present the Morrison Holdings success story to the entire company, including the CEO. She's been bragging about this presentation for weeks, telling everyone how her innovative client management approach landed this huge account. Instead of stopping her, we're going to let her present. Let her stand up in front of 60 people and talk about her amazing work with Morrison Holdings. Then we're going to ask her to introduce the Morrison Holdings representative who's attending the ceremony. The representative who doesn't exist, from the fake company that doesn't exist, with the fake invoices that stole real company money. Madison's going to be there as David's wife, supportive and smiling. Right up until Emma finishes her presentation. Emma texted me this morning, "So excited for tomorrow, this Morrison Holdings presentation is going to change my career." She has no idea that by tomorrow night, she won't have a career. 24 hours until we detonate this bomb. I'm terrified and excited and sick to my stomach all at the same time. Emma just asked me to take photos of her presenting tomorrow for her portfolio. Oh, I'll definitely be taking photos. And guys, the next update will come soon. It's 6 a.m. and the promotion ceremony is tonight. I haven't slept. Madison texted me at 5:30 saying she couldn't sleep either. We're meeting for coffee in an hour to go over our final plan. Yesterday was the most insane day of this whole mess. Emma and David both took the day off to prepare for the Morrison Holdings presentation together. They told me and Madison they were working from home individually, but Madison and I followed them. They went to the Fairmont Hotel at 11 a.m. and didn't come out until 4 p.m. 5 hours, in the middle of a workday, while both claiming to be preparing separately for tonight's big presentation. Madison was a fucking soldier. She sat in that hotel lobby with me for 5 hours, 8 weeks pregnant, watching her husband cheat on her while stealing company money to pay for it. When they finally came out, David kissed Emma goodbye in the parking garage. Not a professional colleague goodbye, a full romantic kiss. Madison took photos, but here's the part that made my blood boil. When Emma got home last night, she's all excited and grateful. "Babe, thank you so much for being supportive of my career. I know I've been working late a lot, but tonight's going to make it all worth it. The Morrison Holdings presentation is going to blow everyone away." She's thanking me for being supportive, while she's been stealing money and fucking her boss for 2 months. "I'm so proud of you," I tell her. "I can't wait to see you present tonight." Madison's been such an incredible mentor through all this. I honestly couldn't have pulled this off without her guidance. Madison, the woman she's never actually worked with, the woman whose husband she's been screwing. "Well, I'm excited to finally meet Madison tonight," I say. Emma's face goes weird. "Meet Madison? Yeah, you said she's been so helpful. I'd love to thank her for mentoring you." Oh, She might not be able to make it tonight. Last-minute family thing. Of course, because Madison doesn't fucking exist in Emma's work world. This morning, Madison and I finalized everything. We've prepared a packet for HR with all the evidence. Hotel receipts, fake invoices, calendar screenshots, photos of them together, the works. But we're not giving it to them until after Emma's presentation. We want her to commit fully to the Morrison Holdings lie in front of the entire company before we reveal it's all fake. Madison's going to sit in the audience like a supportive wife. I'm going to sit in the back with my phone recording everything. Emma's going to present her amazing success story about landing Morrison Holdings as a client. Then, during the Q&A period, Madison's going to stand up and introduce herself. "Hi Emma, I'm Madison, David's wife. I'm so excited to hear about this Morrison Holdings project since David never mentioned working with you on it. Could you tell us more about this client?" And then we watch Emma's entire fake world collapse in real time in front of everyone she works with. The woman who told me I was being paranoid is about to learn what real paranoia preparation looks like. Emma's in the shower right now getting ready for her big night. She has no idea that in 8 hours she'll be unemployed and exposed as a fraud and a cheater. David texted Madison this morning, "Can't wait for tonight, honey, going to be a career-changing presentation." He's right, just not the way he thinks. I feel bad for exactly 0 seconds about destroying them. They stole company money, lied to their partners, and committed actual fraud. They deserve everything that's coming. Tonight's going to be legendary. Emma just asked me to iron her power suit for tonight. I want to look perfect for the Morrison Holdings presentation. Perfect. That's exactly how I want her to look when her world ends. And alright, this is my last update, and I just watched my fiancé's career explode in front of 60 people, and it was better than any movie. It's been a week since the promotion ceremony, and I'm still processing everything that happened. This is going to be long, but I need to get it all out because the ending is absolutely perfect. So the ceremony starts at 7 p.m. in our company's main conference room. Emma's been nervous, excited all day, changing outfits 3 times, practicing her presentation in the mirror. She keeps telling me how this Morrison Holdings success is going to get her the senior marketing manager promotion she's been wanting. I arrive early and sit in the back with my phone ready to record. Madison shows up at 7 sharp, looking professional as hell in a navy dress that just barely shows her baby bump. She sits in the third row, directly in Emma's line of sight. Emma gets up there and guys, she absolutely kills the presentation. I mean, if Morrison Holdings was real, it would have been genuinely impressive. She's talking about innovative client retention strategies, customized marketing approaches, building long-term partnerships. The CEO is nodding, taking notes, clearly impressed. The Morrison Holdings account represents everything we strive for as a company, Emma says. Through collaborative teamwork and dedicated late-night strategy sessions, we've built a relationship that's going to be worth significant revenue for years to come. The whole room is eating it up. Emma looks confident, successful, professional. She's getting nods and smiles from senior management. This is her moment. Then she opens it up for questions. 3 people ask normal stuff about client management and revenue projections. Emma handles them perfectly because she's genuinely good at her job when she's not committing fraud. Then Madison raises her hand. "Hi Emma, I'm Madison." Emma's face goes white, but she recovers quickly. "Oh, hi Madison. I'm David's wife, and I just have to say, I'm so impressed by this Morrison Holdings project. David never mentioned he was collaborating with you on such a big account." The room is quiet, waiting for Emma's response. You can see David in the front row starting to sweat. "Well, it's been a very collaborative effort across multiple departments," Emma says carefully. Madison smiles. "That's wonderful. I'd love to hear more about Morrison Holdings specifically. What industry are they in?" Emma freezes for just a second. "They're in strategic consulting services." "Interesting, and where are they based?" "Dallas area." "How exciting." David mentioned working late so many nights on this account. I'm sure the Morrison Holdings team appreciates the dedication. Emma's starting to realize this isn't going well. "Yes, client service is really important to us." Then Madison goes for the kill. "I'd love to meet the Morrison Holdings representative. Are they here tonight?" Dead silence. Emma's looking around the room like maybe a Morrison Holdings rep will materialize. They unfortunately couldn't make it tonight. "Oh, that's too bad. What's the contact person's name? Maybe I could connect my hospital with Morrison Holdings for some consulting work." Emma's trapped. The entire room is watching her struggle to name a contact person for a company that doesn't exist. I'd have to check my notes for their contact information." Madison nods sympathetically. "Of course." Although I have to say, I'm a little confused. I found some receipts at home showing David spent quite a bit of company money on Morrison Holdings client entertainment, but he told me he was working alone on this project. The CEO sits up straighter. Emma looks like she's going to faint. "I think there might be some miscommunication about the project structure," Emma says weakly. "Maybe David can clarify," Madison says, turning to look at her husband. "David, honey, can you explain how the Morrison Holdings collaboration worked?" David looks like he wants to disappear into the floor. He stands up slowly. "I think we should discuss this privately," he says. "Oh no," Madison says sweetly. "Emma just gave such a beautiful presentation about teamwork and collaboration. I'd love to understand how you and Emma worked together on this." The room is dead silent. 60 people watching this unfold. The CEO looks confused and increasingly angry. That's when I stand up in the back. "Actually, I have some documentation that might help clarify the Morrison Holdings project structure." I walk to the front of the room and connect my phone to the projector. Up on the screen goes a photo of Emma and David kissing in the Fairmont parking garage yesterday. Gasps around the room. Emma makes this sound like a wounded animal. "The Morrison Holdings account doesn't exist," I announce to the room. Emma and David created fake invoices and calendar entries to steal company money and cover up their affair. I clicked to the next slide. Hotel receipts totaling over $3,000 in fake client entertainment charges. Click. Fake calendar entries showing non-existent meetings. Click. Bank records showing payments to hotels for rooms booked during work hours. Click. Screenshots of Emma and David's emails coordinating their hookup schedule using Morrison Holdings as code. The CEO stands up. Security, please escort Emma Richardson and David to HR immediately. Emma's crying now. Jake, please let me explain. Explain what? That you've been stealing company money to fund your affair while planning our wedding? David tries to leave quietly, but Madison stops him. Oh honey, before you go I have some news. She pulls out a little gift bag with baby shoes inside. I'm pregnant, 8 weeks. I was going to surprise you this weekend. David's face crumbles. The entire room watches him realize he just destroyed his marriage and career while his wife was carrying his child. Security escorts them both out. The CEO apologizes to everyone and ends the ceremony early. Emma texted me once from the parking lot, Jake, please don't do this to me. I replied, you did this to yourself, I just documented it. She never responded. The aftermath has been incredible. Emma was fired immediately for embezzlement and falsifying company records. David was also fired, and they're considering pressing criminal charges. Our company is cooperating with an investigation into the missing funds. I got promoted to Emma's position the next week. Turns out, exposing financial fraud makes you look pretty good to upper management. Madison filed for divorce, but she's keeping the baby. She started therapy and is working through everything with professional help. She texts me occasionally to check in, and she seems to be doing better. As for me, I'm thriving. Got a significant raise with the promotion, moved to a nicer apartment, and started dating again. Met someone through work who actually shares my values about honesty and integrity. The woman who called me paranoid for questioning her fake story learned that sometimes paranoid people are just thorough investigators. The best part? Emma had to return her engagement ring to help pay for a lawyer. The ring I saved for 8 months to buy, for the woman who was stealing company money to cheat on me. Perfect fucking justice. Never let anyone make you feel crazy for trusting your instincts. When something doesn't add up, dig deeper. When someone calls you paranoid for asking questions, ask more questions. Sometimes being paranoid is just being prepared. And sometimes being prepared means watching your cheating ex-fiancée's career explode in front of 60 people while her affair partner's pregnant wife hands him divorce papers. Couldn't have written a better ending myself.